Part 4. Questions 23 to 30. You will hear a radio interview with a successful businesswoman. For each question, 23 to 30, mark one letter A, B or C for the correct answer. In the exam, you will hear the interview twice.
I have with me on the programme Victoria Sanderson, this year's winner of the Financial News Businesswoman of the Year award. Victoria, you run a multi-million-pound company offering computer solutions for businesses. How did you get started?
Well, my first job was with SHC Computer Systems. I first started working there when I was a law student. I needed work for the vacation before starting back at university in the autumn. It was so exciting that I knew I wanted a permanent post there and not in their legal department. That's why I went there after I graduated.
But you left SHC after a few years. Why was that?
Well, SHC was an internationally known firm with a great reputation, but all our rivals were trying to do the same kind of thing. I felt that if we were going to stay in that area, we should aim to create software based on companies' real needs. You know, like coming up with programs for the insurance industry.
So you left SHC when they disagreed with you?
Yes, but I offered my ex-boss a deal for the first 3 years so that there wouldn't be any concern about winning contracts away from them. Basically, if any SHC product was available that suited my customers' needs, that's what I'd recommend. But where no standard product was sufficient, then we'd develop a product that was more appropriate.
But it must be hard to satisfy the needs of companies as varied as, say, insurance firms and chemical companies with just a few specific products.
That's right. That's why we focused at first on the motor industry, or rather the companies making the parts which go into each vehicle. Now we produce packages for a slightly larger number of industries, including insurance, but we didn't broaden our range for a few years.
And now you're a major company. And you've also taken over quite a few other large software firms. How do you think you've managed to do this so successfully?
Well, you have to be patient. But of course, if you wait too long, somebody else will get there first. What takes time is finding out such an enormous amount of information about a company you're interested in acquiring. Whether it's an unknown firm or a firm with an established reputation, you have to find out the facts for yourself.
I was also interested to read about your pricing policy, that you set prices as a percentage of your clients' turnover rather than as a fixed amount.
Well, whatever price you offer, someone else will always offer a lower one. So I think that what you need to do to succeed is to ensure that your clients want to stay with you long term, which is what our system aims to do.
It must be hard, though, combining being chief executive with bringing up 2 children, especially with your husband also working full-time.
I think if you're very organised, you can combine things. For example, if you want a full social life, or like me, if you want to spend as much time as possible with your family, you just have to organise your work so that it doesn't take over.
And one final question. What do you enjoy most about your job?
Well, I'm lucky that I've got such a brilliant team around me. What's really good is when they realise they can do things they couldn't do before. You need to work with them for some time before you really appreciate that. And it's great when that happens.
Oh, yes, it is. I'm afraid we'll have to end it there. Thank you, Victoria.
That is the end of Part 4. That is the end of Practice Test 3.